Am I back? Oh my God, I'm back. Oh Lord. Guys, I apologize so much, man. My internet took a complete and utter shit on me. Oh my God, my internet took a complete crap. I apologize so much, guys. I'm starting to get back up again. Yeah, this was really bad, man. I have Spectrum. Okay, if you guys want me to be real with you, I have Spectrum. And I got screwed over big time. So I apologize, guys. I am back. I apologize all to hell, man. My internet took a giant shit. So I apologize again. Spectrum. Okay, so I'm getting back up and running again. As I said, I apologize all to hell to you guys. Oh my God. Oh. I knew one of these times I was actually going to like the internet was gonna take a crap on me one of these times. I didn't think it was gonna take a crap like the third time I do it. I was kind of hoping maybe it was going to, oh, I don't know, take a crap like the 100th time I do it. No, that's best laid plans. Okay, so I am slowly getting myself back. I apologize again to you guys so much. Apologize like crazy. Ugh. Did I crash the internet? Did I crash the internet, Griff? Did I? Was oh my God! I think my Spectrum crashed the internet. I'm literally thinking I was like it was like that scene from Animal House where where like Bluto is like like sneakily getting somewhere. He's like I'm trying to like what the fuck's going on here? Oh my God, man! Chris, hello, sir. How are you? Chris, oh, sir, thank you, George. Thank you so much. I'm sorry if I didn't get to any questions before I got off. Oh my God, man. This is nutty, man. So, wow. I was literally like, you've got to be kidding me. Again, I thought, what a perfect time. 9 something to do a live stream. It won't be that busy and anything for internet. Boy, was I wrong. Hopefully it's fixed. Hopefully it's fixed. Yes, Jeff, this is actually the perfect reason to why I love physical media because in case you're streaming something and your internet goes complete to shit, then yes, you actually have physical media and you don't need to use the internet to get your movies. That's why I love physical media. Um, Mike, yes. I was looking forward to Spiral too, and in fact, I kind of I had an idea for the review. I had an idea for the review for Spiral to do with Bob, and it was gonna take place in a bathroom, and it was gonna be rough, man. I still might do that, but to Bob's much discomfort. But I would like to do that. Spiral, I was looking forward to as well. Yes. Griff, I did not get my Flash Gordon. Actually, I might not order Flash Gordon. I might not. I've been kind of on the fence about Flash Gordon. I've wanted it, but then I've kind of been kind of flip-flopping. So I don't really know about Flash Gordon. Maybe, maybe not. Not sure about that one. So I kind of want to ask you guys. I kind of want to ask you guys what are some releases that you guys sort of missed out on that you wish you could have gotten, but now because it's completely out of print and it goes for big money that you guys are not going to actually invest in getting it now because you just can't afford it? I'm kind of curious as to what you guys would say to that question. Definitely let me know the answer to that one. When is my girlfriend moving in with me? George, man, I love I kind of love being a I mean, I'm not a bachelor, etc. I have my girlfriend with me, but I mean, I get to leave the toilet seat up, and I get to like have the whole half a gallon of ice cream, and I mean, I get to not make my bed every single day. Like, it's nice, man. Like, I don't know if I mean, no, I will move in with my girlfriend eventually. I will. It's just moving stuff around and everything. So yeah, I'll move in with her eventually. We're kind of talking about it now, honestly. The Vincent Price collection, that is one that I definitely am kind of interested. Well, I was interested in, and then it went out of print. But that one, honestly, that went fast. That went really, really fast, man. So I can't blame anybody for actually like not like being interested in getting it because that would cost a lot of money on eBay, and scalpers rip you apart. So I know that there's not a lot of you in the chat right now because honestly, my internet took a shitter. But I did want to tell you guys, who's ever watching this, that um, this upcoming weekend here, this Sunday, I will be putting out a new movie hunting video. Yes, there is going to be another movie hunting video. If you follow me on Instagram, I did sort of a live sort of story that I was at a location and that I was filming in that location and that I will be doing that movie hunting video this upcoming Sunday. Now, what is the movie hunting video? Well, if you guys are keen on physical media and you're loving the physical media, I think you'll know what that is. And it's the Dollar Tree. It's the Dollar Tree indeed, guys. And I will be putting out my Dollar Tree movie hunting video this Sunday, and it's going to be a really, really great video. The stuff that I found at the Dollar Tree is going to be absolutely immense. It's going to be awesome. And just to give you guys a little bit of tease at all the goodies that are at Dollar Tree this time. I have a huge stack of DVDs and Blu-rays that I got from the Dollar Tree. You guys are not going to find out exactly what is here until the video on Sunday. But it's going to be a good one. And I just want to let you guys know that. I think you guys are going to like what's in here. And I think you guys are going to like what I find. Definitely stay tuned for that video. It'll be out on Sunday. It'll be a really good video. That is, unless my internet doesn't take a shitter on me, then that would be really bad. But I'm assuming it will be out on Sunday. Griff, I didn't clean them out. To be fair, I didn't clean them out. But I got a lot of movies, man. And it's the stuff that I got is incredibly awesome. It's well worth it what I got, man. Griff, actually, to be honest with you, what I do with them is some are very much in the watch pile. Some I know I already love, so they're in the collection. And others, actually, to be fair with you, Griff, I give to some of the people. Like, I give movies to Bob. Bob only has a DVD player that doesn't have a Blu-ray player, so a lot of these DVDs that I get, I give to Bob. I give some to John. I give some to Nick, my mother, other friends. Yeah, I mean, I watch them, but they're not necessarily all things that I want in the collection, but I had a peak interest in them, and since they're $1, why the hell not? So, yeah, I just sort of think that, some people kind of deserve other things to watch too, and so why not donate them to friends and family? That's what I usually do. I have had a somewhat good day, Jamie. Well, it was a good day until the internet took a giant shit on me, and then I had to restart the live stream again. Then it turned into a not so great day. But yes, I have, for the most part, had a good day, Jamie. Boy, you're on that killing season, George. I I won't say whether I found killing season or not. I won't say, but it is a good movie though. I actually, to be honest with you guys, there's a lot of stuff that I watch all the time, like a lot of it. Some of it, what I have is that I end up actually. See, I have a huge watch pile. Stuff that I'm watching still from July, stuff that I'm watching from August that I picked up earlier, Dollar Tree stuff. I'm watching movies for the out and about videos. Obviously now starting to get back into the movie theaters, starting to watch stuff there and plan videos like that. Man, look, there's 24 hours in a day. And how much can I do in 24 hours? If I only had all that time to watch every single movie I wanted to, boy, that would be great. But unfortunately, I don't, man. But I would love to. I would honestly love to, man. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that, man. I honestly appreciate that, dude. I try to do the best I can with what I got, man. I'm not the richest person in the world. I am not, the person that has a big mansion or big house. I don't. I'm an average dude that works a 40 plus hour a week job and somehow manages a YouTube channel within all the craziness that I have to deal with. That's what I am. Good, bad, indifferent, whatever. It's what it is, man. So you want to know what, guys? I'm actually kind of curious if you guys know much about this. So I asked the question, what Blu-ray, what Blu-ray or DVD is out of print that you guys, wanted to get, but now because it's skyrocketed in price, you can't get it anymore. And the one that I found out recently that I didn't even know existed actually was a movie that I really love, but I haven't watched in a really long time, and I didn't even know there was this edition out there. I looked on Facebook, and there is an edition for the movie 54 with Selma Hayek and Mike Myers, and there's the director's cut, Blu-ray of 54, and I never knew that existed. I honestly never knew that 54 existed. So I heard that on Facebook and I went on eBay to look at the prices and even on Amazon, and the prices are ridiculous. They're literally nuts. I didn't realize how bad people really wanted it and how much money that actually goes for. And now I'm kind of searching for the depths of of like obscurity to try to find the 54 director's cut on Blu-ray. And I don't know if I'm ever gonna find it, man. And it's kind of one of those that now I'm kind of in search mode now of wanting to pick that up. And there's certain movies that I get in that mode, and 54 is now one of them. I never thought I'd actually say that I wanted 54 the director's cut, but everybody tells me the director's cut is amazing. So now I'm kind of like, wait a minute. It goes for mega money on Amazon, it goes for mega money on eBay. And so now I'm kind of like, oh my god, I wonder if I'll ever kind of pick that up. So 54 the director's cut, that's mine right now. At this current moment, that's the one I'm sort of eyeing that I really, really want, but haven't gotten a chance to get yet. What's the worst movie I've ever seen? Um, you know, the worst movie I've ever seen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've seen a lot of garbage, man. I've seen a lot of garbage, bad stuff, man. Little Fockers is really terrible. Um, Jack and Jill, anybody, really terrible. I know I'm in the minority. You guys are literally like, well, Seth, Jack and Jill's good, and I'm like, oh God, not good. But then again, you could say a lot of B movie horror stuff isn't really good either. But I guess it depends on what you're into, man. I mean, any movie can be good for anybody, and any movie can be bad for anybody. So I guess it depends on really your definition of bad, right? Griff, the problem with things going out of print, and I've said it 10,000 times, man, and I can't say it enough. Things that are go out of print, right? If you really think about it, this is one of the reasons why I buy collector's editions and limited editions as fast as I possibly can. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but some people have sort of got on my ass at times. They're like, well, why are you buying these editions so early and at full price? Why are you doing it? Because they're gonna go out of print, and then I'm gonna pay more money for them on eBay. I don't want to do it. I don't want to give a scalper, you know, 100% more in profit than they really need. I don't want it, man. And so that's why I do that. But at the same time, I'm not gonna lie, I feel really sorry for collectors who are out there in the world right now who are just starting to collect at this moment. I feel really bad for them. And the reason why I feel so bad is because there are so many great editions of movies out there that are now out of print that they're starting from scratch. Like a lot of these movies, they're just getting into movies, and let's say they, I don't know, want an edition of I don't know. They like all three of the Hellraiser films, and they're like, oh, I heard there's like a Scarlet Box that Arrow did, and they want to go there, and now they're actually like literally having to go on eBay and pay mega prices just because it went out of print, and they missed out on it. I just don't think that's fair. I mean, look, I've missed out on a ton of releases over the years. And hey, I just found out about 54, the director's cut. So I'm not perfect. I find out about things all the time. Will I ever get 54 director's cut? I'd like to. I think the movie's actually pretty good. But with the crazy insane prices that I've looked up for 54 the director's cut, and actually look that stuff up. Go on eBay and go on Amazon and look at 54 director's cut Blu-ray, and you will see how much it goes for. And that is ridiculous money, man. I mean, I want the movie, but I'm not paying those prices. It's just the reality of it. Griff, Griff, I don't know whether you saw like the second live stream or whatnot, but I one of my favorite movies of all time is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I love that movie, man. No fault to you, man. No fault to you at all. I get it. I understand it. You don't like the movie, but oh, I love that movie so much. So, like, but that's what I'm saying though. That's what I'm saying because literally good versus bad movies, but it's all based on opinion. So what I like is different from what you like and vice versa. So I get it. If you don't like the movie, I understand it. It's all cool, man. I happen to love the movie. Yes, Thomas, I'm back, man. I apologize, dude. My Spectrum took an absolute shitter. It was so terrible, man. And I yeah, dude, I had a rough time with this one, man. So thank you for sticking around. I appreciate it, man. I really do. See, but there's another one, AJR, because you like Napoleon Dynamite, but you don't like Napoleon Dynamite, but I really enjoy it. I mean, it's not one of my favorite movies, but you really don't like that movie. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's it's not that the movie is awful for the sake of being awful. It's just that you have a preference of what you like and what you don't like. And that's cool. Everyone has their opinion. No, there's no right or wrong opinion on it. That's why I think it's interesting. Well, Thomas, look, I don't think that's the reason why John Candy died was Wagons East, but yeah, the movie's not that great, man. I'll be real with you, it ain't that good. So great story, George, about well, actually about both Hereditary and Midsummer. So I saw Hereditary with Bob. We did our movie review. You can check it on the movie review playlist. And I remember when we got out of Hereditary, Bob and I looked at each other like, what the fuck did we just watch? We know we saw something. We know we paid for a movie experience. We just don't know what the fuck we saw. And to be fair, we actually liked the movie. But we were just like, what in the literal hell did we watch, man? That was interesting. Then with Midsummer, I ended up doing a spoiler review with John. It's on the movie review playlist. And oh my God, that movie experience that I had with John, my God, so precious because so we're watching this movie, right? And it's going kind of slow. Okay, there's some really good moments in there, some really good tension stuff, and we're just going along. And suddenly, suddenly the scene happens, and spoiler alert, okay, for Midsummer, uh, the girl's boyfriend has sex with one of the females from the village, right? And he's just butt naked. She's fucking naked. He's railing her, and you've got all these older women, right? You've got all these older women. They're like touching him and feeling him and chanting and everything. And I'm looking up to John. John's looking at me, and we're just like, we're just like, we just don't know what to say. We don't know what to do. We are literally like, ah, we're just like, oh, what is this? And I think it was uncomfortable because I had never been in that position with John before. Like Bob and I have seen some weird movies together. So Bob and I are cool with that in a lot of weird ways. John and I have never had that experience together with a movie like that. and I think it was super awkward and it was super weird, and both of us did not know what to say. So that was just like okay, man. I don't. We're just going with it. So that was some odd shit for Midsummer, man. Aaron, the cheaper by the dozen movies. To be honest with you, man, the cheaper by the dozen stuff. It's not that those movies are bad, because they're actually pretty decent. I mean, my mother likes them, but see, I think, see, for me, I like earlier Steve Martin than later Steve Martin. I mean, there's movies that I like of older Steve Martin, like I like Bringing Down the House with him and Queen Latifah. I think it's actually a really fun flick. I actually really like the Netflix special that he did with Martin Short, that two-man show. I think that's really fantastic, man. Uh, but some of those ones, like A Cheaper by the Dozen or the Pink Panther movies, yeah, it didn't really do it for me so much, to be honest with you. Oh, the Hereditary thing with her, and by the way, Toni Collette was amazing in Hereditary. I mean, you could say a lot of things about that movie, but you can't deny that she was awesome in that flick. She really was, man. And she deserved some sort of like award or nomination or whatever, and she got shit on big time. But you know, Academy doesn't like horror flicks anyway. Doesn't matter what the hell it is. So she was never gonna get any kind of love, unfortunately. But her performance is amazing. Oh, the Spanish Prisoner. I don't know if I have, honestly. I don't know if I have seen the Spanish Prisoner. Sounds familiar, but I don't think I ever saw that one. As much as I like Steve Martin, there is movies that have honestly passed me by, and I guess that's one of them. Hmm, kind of interesting. Hmm, I did not know about the Spanish prisoner, but then again, I will be honest with you. Uh, come Sunday when you see the Dollar Tree video, there is some movies that I've never heard of in the Dollar Tree stuff, and sometimes what's really crazy to me about these movies that I find is that I really wonder if like there's this vault of like unknown movies that these actors have done that nobody knows about, and then suddenly you'll see them from like Echo Bridge or something like that, and suddenly you're like, oh my god, wait a second, they did this? Well, actually, yes, they did that movie, but nobody knows about it, and somehow it's getting released on a 7-pack DVD set at the fucking Dollar Tree. Like weird shit, man. Weird shit. What movie would you recommend the most to someone from your own opinion? I guess it depends on what you're into. Because I never actually, to be fair with you, I never actually I never actually go and I, I never actually go and recommend things to people unless I know really what they're into. I mean, yes, I'll go on to the out and about and I'll say, "Hey, by the way, this is a really great movie. I think you would really be great if you watched it. I really enjoyed it." But I know that I'm speaking to more of a wider audience when I do the out and about. When it's just a one-on-one thing, I tend to want to know their preferences. That's why one of the things when I was at work, a long time ago at one of the places I used to work, like I would get to know somebody, right? And then I would end up then going in my collection and finding movies that actually that I knew from their own taste that I had talked to back and forth for a long time, they would actually enjoy. So that's why I get to know people and sort of go from there. To just blindly recommend something, that's and man, that's really tough, man. Because if they don't like it, then you're kind of like, oh well, I don't know if they'll really trust me again. It's tough. My flavor is everything. And it sounds weird to say that, but it really is true. I love horror, I love action, I love sci-fi, I love comedy, I love romance movies. I mean, I have a very wide spectrum, and the reason why I have such a wide spectrum is that my mother and father, they ended up actually they ended up having me grow up in a household that basically I loved every movie possible, every genre possible. And so my flavor is almost everything, except for a couple minor exceptions. But I mean, if it's a good movie, I'll watch it. That's just the bottom line. Ah, Brian goes blue. Sir, I have actually not heard from you in a while, Brian goes blue. So I was actually curious if you had still stuck around the channel or not. So wow, I think it's a blast to see you on the live stream here. A full collection video. I did talk about it the past couple of live streams. Um, I am gonna do a collection video next year. I'm gonna do one next year, maybe January, February of next year. Why? Because there's a lot of really great releases that I'm wanting to put into the collection first before I end up actually doing a collection video. Because, January, February, March, those are kind of slower times in some ways for physical media. The big bonanza of the holidays are gone and things are kind of slowed down a bit. So it gives me a little bit more time to do things. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it next year, towards the beginning of next year. And I know that seems like a really long ways away, Brian, but if you really think about it, we're in August already. In fact, we're heading into September, next week. So it's going to be here before you know it, man. So, yes, next year, early next year, I will be doing my collection video. I promise you. I'm glad you're still a fan, Brian. I appreciate it, man. Sometimes when I don't hear from you guys for a while, I tend to kind of think to myself, okay, you guys must have flown the coop, which is fine. You're more than welcome to. I just never really know. That's why I was curious. I heard about Ghost Dog getting a Criterion release, which is amazing, by the way. Ghost Dog is a really good movie. I don't know if I'll buy it on Criterion, but or if I do, it's a ways away because there's a lot of other Criterion movies I want. But that's great. I have not heard of Moonstruck. Now, if Moonstruck gets a Criterion release, I'll be over the moon. Why? Because that was one of the movies that my mother and father taped on VHS years ago that I watched, and it was my first exposure to Cher. It was my first exposure to Nicolas Cage, and along with Moonstruck and Peggy Sue Got Married, was actually the first two real exposures to Nicolas Cage at that point. So honestly, that movie deserves it. Beyond belief, that movie deserves it. So if that's getting a Criterion release, consider me very, very excited. I love the Tom's like, I love my hand. I love my hand. Great, so good, so good. Love it so much, man. Great goddamn performance by Nicolas Cage, man. Anthony, thank you, man, for the love. I appreciate it. I'm glad you found the channel. I appreciate it, man. So much. I'm glad you'll be around for the long haul, George. I appreciate it, man. The Fellini set is interesting. I will admit I'm not really interested in the Fellini set, but um, see, Criterion. When I did the video in July showing off the Criterion, and I said in the video that really I only buy maybe two or three Criterion releases every time the sale happens. And I think people kind of think that's a little crazy and nutty. But the reason why I do that is because I always kind of want something to buy every single time the sale happens. And so I don't want to kind of overdo it when there's more things to buy. So I do hold back, but I kind of always sort of eye a couple releases or two or three releases worth buying for that particular sale, and then go from there. Like this time I had bought 12 Angry Men and My Dinner with Andre, stuff that I've actually been wanting to get in the collection for a while. So, those were finally put into the collection, but I try to hold back a little bit at the same time. Jamie, Nicolas Cage makes uh, yeah, he does make bad movies good, doesn't he? Like, where I mean, Bad Lieutenant, Protocol New Orleans, where he's yelling at the old ladies at the nursing home, which is really great. Also, of course, the scene in the Wicker Man remake where like the bees, the bees, like the bees or that, or he's uh he's doing that, or I got to admit, I love his performance in Drive Angry. The great stuff he does in Rider, where he's going nuts while his head is flaming. Like he does some weird shit, man. And Nicolas Cage is always fun to watch. He really is, man. Griff, I will never lose any type of momentum for physical media. Okay, I never will. Why? Because there's so much great releases that are still out there, man, for me to get. And just like I said with the director's cut of 54, I didn't even know that existed. I knew they put out the theatrical cut of 54, but I never knew about the director's cut. And now, of course, I know it, and of course, I can't get it because the goddamn thing is like skyrocket price. But again, I'm finding out about different releases of movies all the time, so I'm learning as much as you guys are. Yes, that B scene, man. That is the pinnacle, baby. That's the pinnacle. Nicolas Cage. Actually, you know what? Truth be told, there hasn't been a ton of Nicolas Cage movies to come to the Dollar Tree, or at least the ones that I've seen. I consider Nicolas Cage more of like a straight to DVD star now. But I gotta tell you, he's gaining steam again, dude. I mean, you look at Mandy and Color Out of Space. And in fact, I know there's like another movie coming. I don't know if it's this year or next year, where he plays this janitor in this like amusement park or something, where these like robots come to life and attack him. Like, there's some weird movie coming out soon from him, and it sounds really cool. But I mean, boy, the weird shit Nicolas Cage does, man. I mean, everybody needs a paycheck, so. And actually, Aaron, if you look at Moonstruck and Raising Arizona, like if you look at Nicolas Cage in both of those roles, those are so different Nicolas Cage performance. Like in Moonstruck, he almost looks like really kind of buff, like he's been kind of working out, like he's more grizzled. And then like that same year in Raising Arizona, he looks really thin and like almost like he hasn't really been eating that well, and he's got the mustache and he looks kind of like a weakling. Like it's the same year, two different movies, very different performances, man. Yes, he was absolutely great in Kick Ass. I loved it. All right, baby doll. Like I love Kick Ass, man. I love him Kick Ass. So George is saying 4K with slip or Blu-ray Steelbook, same price, same movie. Which would I buy? 4K with slip. That's what I'd buy. That don't mean I hate the Steelbook, because I know Steelbook lovers are coming. Oh my god, you ain't buy the Steelbook. Look, I will buy the Steelbook. If I like the design, I will buy the Steelbook. But I, I love my slips, man. I love my slips. What can I tell you? Anthony, I have been asking for a National Treasure 3 for like the longest time. I the guys don't like him. Like Bob doesn't like him, and he's like, "Well, I don't want a National Treasure 3." What are you talking about? They're great flicks. I think they're fun. They're incredibly fun, man. And I hear they're actually gonna do it. And please, please, man, I've been asking for that since the second one came out, long time back, man. We do need more R-rated Nicolas Cage, and that's why I really love things like Mandy and things like Color Out of Space, which you just get to see more crazy, unfiltered Nicolas Cage, which can't be a bad thing. I mean, or even seeing something like Face Off, which is so great, man. And there's times when I'm at work, I'm in the back room, and I'll just like walk into like the area in the back room of work, and I'll do that same thing that Nicolas Cage does in Face Off. He comes in, he's like, woo, and I do that, and everybody kind of looks at me like they're like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, did nobody see Face Off? Like, okay, cool, man. So, oh boy. Got that Grease Collection Steelbook from Best Buy this week, man, and they've been going nuts with sales. Yes, they have been going nuts with sales lately, and I really do like the Grease Collection. Technically, I really like actually Grease 2. Grease 2 is actually really, really, really fun. Very underrated, man. Uh, no new main releases this week, so I picked up the Casper Steelbook, Ryan, the Town 4K Steelbook, and the Jaws 4K Lenticular. Uh, I gotta tell you, that Casper Steelbook is great. In fact, as I showed you guys in the out and about before when I picked it up, actually, great Steelbook. I really love this Casper Steelbook. Really, absolutely amazing, man. Fantastic. I hadn't seen Casper in a long time, man, but it's blast from the past. So yeah, I love that movie. The movie's great. A Serbian film is not the sickest film. There is going to be a release coming out of the sickest film that I may have seen, and I will at that point talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it now, but stay tuned months from now. You'll get it. Trust me. I have not seen Apostle, but I want to. Trust me, there's a lot of Netflix films that I want to watch, and oh my God, man, I would love to see so many great Netflix films. I just gotta find the time, man. So, Keith, I am doing fantastic, man. I hope you are doing really well. Well, dude, thank you for being part of the live stream. I really appreciate it. Oh man, I am actually looking forward to Criterion doing The Irishman. I heard they were doing it a long time ago, and you know what? I honestly did not hear anything after that. Like, you know, they announced Marriage Story and they announced Roma, and I was thinking, wow, there's nothing about The Irishman. And then they eventually did, and I'm glad they finally got around to it. I mean, you know, when you team up De Niro and Pacino together, and you got Martin Scorsese directing them, it's hard to resist it, dude. Honestly, the Human Centipede movies, the first one I don't mind. A lot of people consider the first one sick. I don't really honestly consider the first Human Centipede movie sick. I mean, it's not, you know, it's not PG rated, that's for damn sure, but like I'm like, boy, I've seen more sicker films than Human Centipede. However, Human Centipede 2, Human Centipede 2 I will never watch again. I've watched once. I remember what I've watched with the movie. I remember the scenes, but I will never watch that movie again. That movie, it's not that it's just a sick movie. It's just demented in every way, and it doesn't even have a plot. It's not even a plot. It's just like doing stuff for doing stuff's sake, man. I just was like, yeah. I was like, nah, dude. I mean, I can watch the Human Centipede over and over again. The second one, man, really just goes, I think, too far, even for me. I mean, it really does, Bill. You know what, Thomas? I saw Tusk in the movie theaters with Bob, and we went because of Kevin Smith, because we like Kevin Smith and we like his films, and we left Tusk floored. We were not expecting what we saw. Like we were expecting Tusk was going to be this kind of hip comedy in some ways. I mean, I don't even know if you know we had major expectations, but we were like, okay, some sort of goofy thing, whatever. And we were just like, what happens to that guy? What he goes through? The torture that this dude puts him in physically and mentally? Like we're like, oh my god, man, like that. We just couldn't believe it, man. And I mean, that's a really solid movie, and it's a movie that I wasn't expecting from Kevin Smith, but it's really good, man. Moose Jaws. I haven't heard much of Moose Jaws from Kevin Smith, but what I will be honest with you is I think you know, look, if he pulled off something like Tusk, he could pull off Moose Jaws. So, you know, then again, he did Yoga Hosers, so I don't think I've seen the final sequence. Don't think I've seen that, Thomas. I it was easy for me to get through Cannibal Holocaust. The one scene that it was tough for me to get through was the first time I ever watched it was I remember I was eating cereal. It was in the morning, and I don't even know why I was watching Cannibal Holocaust in the morning, but whatever. Is is when they're taking apart the turtle, and I was eating cereal at that point, and I couldn't touch my cereal anymore. I lost all my appetite, man. So, I recommend if you watch those movies, yeah, don't eat, or eat beforehand, or eat after, whatever, but just don't eat during. Put it that way. I did hear about the Ju-on Netflix series. I did hear about that. Um, I do want to actually watch it because I did a Netflix Nights review long time back for Rings, and and I've seen that, and I've seen the Grudge movies and sort of the J horror stuff, and I'm hesitant to sort of get into some of it because some of those movies are have been absolutely garbage. But the Ju-on, from what I hear on Netflix, is actually really good. So I do want to watch that at some point. Do you like the Death Race franchise? Nah, a couple of the movies I like, but outside of that, I can't really recommend all of those movies because they're just not my thing. I mean, they're decent fun, but I don't really get into them. To be honest with you, Bob, have you seen Chevy Chase as of late? You want him to do a National Lampoon's Vacation movie? Have you seen the dude? Like he's doing like shout outs on Cameo. Man, he's doing shout outs on Cameo. He is not looking well, man. I don't want him behind the wheel of a car, let alone on a movie set, man. So, God bless Chevy. I love him, but you know what, man? Keep him doing shout outs on Cameo. It's probably where it needs to stay. Keith, my favorite kind of music. Actually, I have a bunch of variety of music. 80s, 90s, uh, classic rock is really great as well. Some of the modern stuff is cool. I have a wide range, I'd say. Zach, God bless you. I think I actually don't know whether you're gonna like Tusk or not. I think you'll like Tusk, but boy, is it one weird ass movie. But boy, is it fascinating, man. I have not seen that. The Juon and Ringu one. I heard that wasn't half bad, honestly. But I never got a chance to see it though. It does seem kind of cool, honestly. Zach, to be fair, man, I love everybody in the Film Fan Nation, dude. I love everybody who takes the time to even be part of these live streams, man. Who wants to watch me? I kind of felt bad tonight because I had one live stream going and then my internet took a giant shit and then I had to redo it all over again. So some people might have said fuck it and left. Other people might have came back obviously. So you know, I understand that, it's late at night and some people have work in the morning and some people have to go to bed. I get it and I understand it. I would love if there would be like, 500 to 1,000 people in the live stream. God knows I wouldn't be catching up with any of the comments, but I would love to. But I understand people have busy lives and I just hope that maybe they will catch up with the live stream eventually, when they get the chance. So, I don't fault them though. My all-time favorite movie, Keith, I have no all-time favorite movie. That seems really weird, but I love so many movies that I just don't have one ultimate favorite. I've never had an ultimate favorite. I love so many in so many different ways that there's not just one that I really love, to be honest with you. Sad that Nicolas Cage was placed in Maury. Oh, that would be a cool suggestion, Aaron. That wouldn't be half bad. 1 in the afternoon in Australia. Nice. Oh my God. 1 in the afternoon in Australia, man. What a time difference. Good, good Lord. Well, thank you for sticking around, George. Nicolas Cage and Bruce Willis. See, the problem is, I would have said the Nicolas Cage and Bruce Willis team up maybe back in the day, like the '90s. But like now, Bruce Willis isn't really trying anymore, and I just don't really see that ever working. It's a cool concept, but maybe back in the day though. Bob, God bless you, man. If you think that crazy old man Griswold is gonna work, man. I will say, I like Chevy in the vacation movies. Actually, the last one that I really enjoyed was Vegas Vacation. I thought Vegas Vacation was actually really great. And I think a lot of people I actually saw Vegas Vacation in the movie theater, if you can believe that one. And that was fun. But I think diminishing returns and everything, it has the potential, but then they ended up doing that like sequel, spin-off, remake, reboot, whatever the hell you want to call it. Uh, with the guy from The Office there, and yeah, that didn't work, man. And when that didn't work, I think they basically cut ties with ever doing anything like that again. So he does cameo now. Mercury Rising is a great film. That's another one that nobody really talks about. And that's another one I saw in the movie theater. Great Bruce Willis movie. Really great one. I have seen The Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz is great. Actually, Wizard of Oz is my mother's favorite movie of all time. And can't quite blame her. It's an absolute classic. Ah, Canada, Zach. Canada. Oh, good old Canadians. Mike, actually, yes, I did. When that came out on physical media, the week that it did, I actually went to one of the stores and showed it off, and I actually did watch all of season one of the Creepshow TV series. And to be honest with you, I actually really liked what I saw. I was actually really worried at first because I was like, yeah, horror anthologies are good, but boy, I'm not sure anymore about them. And there was some really fun stories in season one of Creepshow, man. So I am looking forward to whatever they do with season two. I think the creative minds behind it are really good, man. Favorite actors of the 2000 era? Oh wow. And Jason Statham is really cool. Hmm. I don't know about that one. Huh. That would be. I almost would say. Well, no, I wouldn't. Hmm. I don't know about that one. That's actually a good question. I don't know. I'm actually kind of stumped by that one. Hmm. Ah ha 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 ha. Cooks his eggs in maple syrup. So Canadian, but sounds so good. Canadians know best, don't they? Hmm. Zach, Crank is great, man. I remember when I showed a bunch of the guys that I worked with a long time ago. I showed them Crank, and and they wanted me to explain Crank to them, and I kind of did, and they were like, what in the fuck is this?" And I was like, just watch it, and everybody came back and, "Oh my god, Crank is awesome! I can't believe that! I can't believe Jason Statham did that." And then Crank 2 came out, and it came out on DVD, and I had the DVD, and I said, "Guys, you gotta watch Crank 2." And I explained to them Crank 2, and they're like, it's probably terrible. I said, no, why do you watch Crank 2? And I let a bunch of them borrow it, and they're like, "Oh my god, Crank 2!" And I'm like, yeah, it's good. They never made a Crank 3. I wanted them to make a Crank 3, and I don't know. I guess maybe it was just maybe they couldn't get the funding or they couldn't get the idea behind it. I mean, I know Statham was on board. He wanted to do a Crank 3, but that never happened, man. That really kind of burns me a little bit. I have seen the original Terminator movie, as I have seen all the Terminator movies. Some good, some bad. Not a terrible franchise. Griff, oh man, what I think about Mill Creek. Mill Creek to me is a decent company. They have some really solid releases. And then there's a lot of things that they do that kind of have me scratching my head a little bit. And I wonder why they made that decision or why the packaging is the way it is. I will say this much. I think every company has their hits and misses. Mill Creek just happens to be a company that maybe does it a little bit more than usual, but I think that they've created a little niche for themselves, and I think they're happy to do what they do. Put it that way. George, I love Samara Weaving. Love her. Love her. Don't tell my girlfriend this, but I would so dump her for Samara Weaving. If Samara Weaving if Samara Weaving was in my bed right now, first of all, if she was in my bed right now, I certainly wouldn't be doing this live stream. But that being said, um, I think she's gorgeous. I think she's kick ass. I think that she has done phenomenal in all the roles that she's been in. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm somebody who really thinks that she has a great shot of being a really cool scream queen if she continues down the path that she has. So I'm looking forward to what she does next. Thomas, I would love to get a 4K of Crank 2. I know they came out with one for the first Crank, and I don't know why we haven't got one for Crank 2. I mean, if you did one for the first one, might as well do it for the second. I so want that, man, and I'm hoping at some point soon that comes out. God willing. Mike, I actually am, Mike, and actually I would say go back to the Netflix Nights playlist, and I ended up doing a review for The Babysitter. Bob and I did a really cool skit at the beginning of that where we're sacrificing a Cabbage Patch doll, and it's kind of funny. Um, but I really like The Babysitter. And I think, well, I never really needed a Babysitter 2, to be fair. The first one's so good anyways, but The Babysitter 2, if done well, it could be pretty interesting, man. I'm on board to at least check it out. Zach, my girlfriend, is not watching the stream. She is long in bed, and she knows that I'm joking. I love my girlfriend so much, so she knows I joke. I won't go there, Griff. I won't go there, man. I I I won't. Kind of like Sydney in Scream. We'll keep it PG-13. Zach, if I had a babysitter like that, I would never want to leave the house. Let's be real. I would make up any excuse to not leave the house, man. I would be like, "Oh, hey, you know, I need the babysitter here." Well, God, you're like 38. You need the babysitter? Well, look, ma. I mean, you can't really trust me alone. I mean, obviously. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm not really fully a grown man yet. I need babysitter. Come on. um, Griff, yes, those editions are bootlegs. Any edition from any of those Netflix ones, whether it's Gerald's Game, or The Babysitter, or any of the stuff that has come out, that is all bootlegs. To me, and I don't know whether you would agree with me or not, but I'm not big on bootlegs. As much as I love The Babysitter and as much as I love things like Hush or Gerald's Game, and I would so love to have them on physical media, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like buying bootlegs. I would rather try to fight for an official release than ever get a bootleg because I, anybody can make a bootleg. Maybe the quality's good, maybe the quality's bad, but I just don't really ever have supported bootleg before. Yes, a parody film indeed. Well, it's not that. Well, good point, Zach. I guess if you want to trust Sticky Tuna, why not? Yes, Thomas. Bird Box is a bootleg as well. They do have a DVD and a Blu-ray out for Bird Box. I believe Stinky Tuna does. That's a bootleg also. So, just so you know, that is. Again, right, wrong. It depends on you guys if you want to put it in your collection, but I don't. I've been to horror conventions where there have been so many movies that I see on a table that are all bootlegs, and this guy sells them, and God bless them, people are buying them, but I look at that, I'm like, well, that movie there has an edition you could buy officially. That has an edition. That has an edition too, and you just look and you're like, all these movies have editions, and so I don't know, man. I just don't trust in bootlegs. I never have, and I never will. So yeah, I believe it was like 14. Well, was he 14? I don't know. He seemed kind of older. He might have been 14. So yeah, Song of the South. I guess I can't blame you, Griff, because Lord knows Disney's now never going to release an official one of that. And Clown House, I you know, I don't think that's ever going to get an official release either. If you have the bootleg of it, I guess you have the bootleg. But yeah, no. Yeah, like I said, I've been to some conventions where, like, again, nicest guy in the world who was selling the bootlegs, but like I said, whole table of them. And I started having a conversation with him, and I started saying, well, okay, uh, okay, you got the Star Wars Holiday Special over here, you got the Wonder Woman series over there, you got the Star Trek, and he's like, well, yeah, but this edition has 10 extra minutes of footage that you can't get on this other edition. And it has, and this edition over here. Well, this is the uncut edition that they don't have. And he's trying to sell me on stuff. But what he doesn't understand is that I kind of know my shit. And so I'm hearing him talk, and I'm like, well, bro, you do realize that the edition that is out now is the uncut edition, but I don't want to say that to him because I don't want to like put him on the spot in front of all other customers. So I just do my shit and just kind of play it cool. But I know what's really up. So you know. Hey, Eli, sir! Wow, you made it. Oh my God! God bless your heart, sir. Pedro Almodovar films. There's only a couple I've ever seen. There's one that he did, I believe, with Antonio Banderas, which is, I believe that is really great. I think he's done a few of them actually, but there's one that I really love. I believe it's the one he directed, where he's a Antonio Banderas is a doctor and he works on this woman. And I don't want to give away the big spoiler in that movie, but it's really well done. A great goddamn movie, actually. So I really love that flick. Yeah, there is a lot of bootlegs out there, Thomas. A ton of them, dude. No, Zach, that's not a problem about hating on me if I like the trailer. To me, it's not about whether I know the information in the trailer or not. What it's about is actually, hey, by the way, is the imagery cool? Am I seeing something in this trailer that makes me want to watch it? And if it's the case, then I'm definitely into it. So I was into that trailer. Oh, Eli. Oh my God. Desperate Measure. Yes. Thank you for bringing that up because Desperate Measure is actually really fantastic. I love Desperate Measure. I saw that in the movie theater with my mother. That's a great movie. Michael Keaton is so good in that, and so is Andy Garcia too. I do not, Keith. I do not listen to that band. Should I? Yes, the Skin I Live In. Thank you, Thomas. Yes, The Skin I Live In. Great goddamn movie. I love that flick. Great one, man. I remember seeing it and I was trying to think to myself, what in the hell is the actual twist here? And then when I found the twist, I was like, oh fuck! I felt dirty. I was like, oh fuck! I was like, I was not expecting that, man. Shit! And I was like, ooh, that I did not see coming, man. So props to that film. I really like that film a lot, man. Leo is asking, when did you start your collection? Leo, I mean, I will say this, and I think I said it in the first live stream, but I started my collection. The first official DVD release that I ever bought was Star Wars Episode One: The Phantom Menace. That's the first one that I ever bought, and I have been collecting ever since, on and off, for decades, and even going back to VHS when I was a kid. So I've never stopped collecting in one way or another, man. It's just changed with the formats and it's changed with the times, but I still stick with it, man. Yeah, the movie versus movie concept, Eli, is actually a really good one. Right now, I'm not gonna lie, I've talked to the guys and we're wanting to get back into doing the movie reviews again. And John and I and a few other people were working on the podcast at this point, trying to get the podcast up and running, getting the equipment and doing stuff that's a little bit slower than I wanted it to be, but we're getting there. So certain things are on the back burner. Somebody gave me a really great idea a long time ago for the channel, and it actually reminded me of something that the Nostalgia Critic does, that my friend suggested to me. And this concept that he gave me is amazing. And we said, "Oh my god, if we were to do this thing, we we would have to get the costumes, we would have to, somehow rent out a warehouse, and we have to we this it's a huge concept, and I think we could pull it off, but it's one of those like really high concept things where it could either be really good or really bad. So I sort of there's great ideas that I always put on the back burner, and I'll come back to them. Like the podcast idea was something I had a while back, and that's come back around. So things come back eventually. So I may not do it now, but I may do it later on though. House of Flying Daggers, great flick. Thomas, definitely great flick. Terminator Judgment Day versus Aliens. Aliens. And you probably are gonna kill me now. It's Aliens. Terminator 2 Judgment Day is amazing, but Aliens is Aliens. Keith, how I do not know how many I have in the collection, bro. I have no idea. At the very least, I have 2,000. I will give you my word. I have at least 2,000. Um, I mean, with this shelf, with that shelf over there, the other shelf, and the other shelf there, I'm always getting stuff, man. Always getting movies. I'm always showing off stuff. So yeah, I'm always getting stuff, man. Ooh, Sleepaway Camp. I believe that. I believe it's out of print. I'm almost positive it's out of print. I'm not sure though about that one though. Oh, okay, it is out of print. Thomas. Okay, yeah. Look, there's a lot of movies that I have in the collection that are out of print. I, you know, it'll be very fascinating when I do the collection video beginning of next year what you guys will say about that. Like, oh, that one's out of print and that one's out of print and that one is, and I'll be like, you guys would know better than me on that one. But I will say this though, guys. I will say that I actually did get something in the mail from eBay. I picked up something from eBay in the mail, and this is an out of print Code Red title that I've been wanting for a while. Brand new, factory sealed Slithus. Look at this bad boy, man. Slithus right here with this limited edition out of print slipcover. You cannot find it anywhere else. I just got this in the mail today from eBay. I got it again, brand new. The slipcover is in excellent condition. This is completely out of print. Goes for very big money, man. And again, like this is another thing like I'm talking about. Like there are certain things that I really love, man, and I eventually want to pick them up, and I miss out on stuff, but eventually I kind of come back around to picking it up, and things like Slithis is definitely one of them. Out of print, goes for big money, guys. Mm, do I like Christmas movies? I do like Christmas movies. I don't hate Christmas movies. Christmas Story, Christmas Vacation, White Christmas. Great movies, fantastic. Some people like Elf, and there's other stuff also. However, why can't there be Hanukkah movies? Why can't there be why can't there be instead of White Christmas, White Hanukkah? What about Hanukkah Vacation? Uh, what about a Hanukkah story? Just saying, they could be just as good. Don't follow me. Uh Trick or Treat versus Halloween 3. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, Eli, and I'm gonna say Halloween. I'm gonna say Trick or Treat. For me, it's Trick or Treat. I love Halloween 3, but I really love Trick or Treat, man. Griff, Griff, I'm sick of it, man. That's all I hear. Every fucking holiday season, all I hear is oh, you're gonna watch 8 crazy nights, or oh, well, you're gonna the Hanukkah song by Adam Sandler. I'm like, us us Jews can't get a fucking break, man. We can't get a fucking break. Christmas has so much great stuff. They have the music. They have fucking movies. We have 8 crazy nights in the Hanukkah song, and they're by Adam Sandler. Can we get more, please? Can we? Can somebody help a motherfucker out, for Christ's sake? Please. Please, man. Eli. Eli, I disagree with you, brother. Home Alone 2 is great. Home Alone 3 better than Home Alone 2? God, that's blasphemy. Jesus. It does suck, Griff. There's not enough of them, man. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit there every fucking year and watch 8 Crazy Nights, man. The movie isn't that good, anyways. What the hell? Yeah, you know what, man? Home Alone 3. Actually, the only reason I like Home Alone 3, I think she is in Home Alone 3, is Scarlett Johansson is in Home Alone 3. That's the only reason. Outside of that, man, oh boy, you gotta you gotta give me another reason other than that, man. Halloween movies, there's so many Halloween movies, and I love Halloween. Halloween is literally my favorite holiday of all time. I think it's fantastic, man. So for me, Halloween movies are great. So again, while I have a lot of you here still, I want to reiterate again. I said it at the beginning of this live stream, but I want to reiterate it again. Uh, Sunday, I will be putting out a brand new movie hunting video, guys. I will be putting out a new one where I am going to check out the media yet again. Where am I going? Think you guys know I'm going to the Dollar Tree. Yes, I went to the Dollar Tree and checked out all of the media. I went to a few stores. It's going to be a great video. I'm putting that out on Sunday. And if you guys want to know how much good stuff there is this time around, well, I got a whole bag full of media just waiting to show you guys. Definitely tune into it on Sunday. A new Dollar Tree movie hunting video. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. I want to let you guys know, give you guys the heads up on that. It will be coming out on Sunday. New Dollar Tree video, man. Griff, I don't have a P.O. box. I kind of was almost thinking about getting a P.O. box though. Everything that I get pretty much comes to the apartment itself. I mean, technically the mailbox that I have in the apartment is kind of like a P.O. box anyways, but it's not really an official P.O. box though. Oh yeah, Scarlett Johansson is great in those movies as well, Thomas. Oh, Halloween in America. Well, I don't know what actually Halloween is going to be like this year. I really have no idea. I mean, I hope we still have Halloween. I mean, I know we can't really gather like we used to, but I mean, I mean, hell, you could still hand out candy to kids, right? I mean, you can hand out candy and you can still dress up. I mean, why not? I would say it's still possible to do Halloween, sure. Keith, I really only, well, I mean, I go to the Dollar Tree every now and again to get like, certain, essential items that I need from time to time. But I mean, as far as like the movies and everything, I mean, I go usually just once when the sale happens. Go to some locations and check out some media, and that's what I do though. So I did see Hide and Seek with Robert De Niro. It's not that bad, but it's been a long time since I've seen it though. Yeah, Black Friday. I don't really know what's happening with Black Friday right now. I know, well, I heard about Walmart. Then I think of the first live stream, somebody talked to me and said about Target, but I don't know what Best Buy is doing. If Best Buy is going to even be open that night or whether they're going to wait until the next morning. I honestly would be fine if everybody waited till the morning because then I can actually like rest and have a nice Thanksgiving dinner and I don't have to rush out to like look at the media and get stomped on. So, you know, if they wait until 6 a.m. the next day, then consider me a happy camper because I'll just go to bed early and then wake up and then fight the crowds then. Oh, Thomas, thank you for bringing up that movie. That movie is so amazing. Shattered Glass. Shattered Glass is really fantastic. I love Shattered Glass, man. Anytime anybody ever says, "Oh, Hayden Christensen is a bad actor. He's terrible," and Star Wars proves it. I show them Shattered Glass. And I say, no. He's not a bad actor. It's what he gets on the page. And look, he can't make diamonds out of crap. Okay, he can't do it. I'm sorry. But Shattered Glass is amazing, and Shattered Glass is also amazing. The fact that it was a true story and that he got away with most of this shit, and the fact that he's actually still working today is crazy as well. A phenomenal story, man. Rodolfo says, "Do you think a 12-year-old should be watching Texas Chainsaw?" Honestly, Rodolfo, I'm not gonna lie, man. Texas Chainsaw, it's so different today versus when I was growing up because my mother would show me things when I was young that I look back and I'm like, boy, I really was not supposed to see that movie. And I think she always put in the back of my head the idea of, look, you have to understand that these are actors in masks, it's makeup, it's make believe, it's not real, and you have to go into that. And she taught me that, and I think it got into my brain eventually, and I just had fun with the movies. But not everybody is like me, and not everybody's gonna have those same experiences. I guess it just depends on the parent and depends on the situation. I mean, 12 years old is young for Texas Chainsaw. At the same time, look, Texas Chainsaw doesn't really have any major blood in it, really too much. A lot of that movie is very bloodless, very brutal, but very bloodless. Still, it could really frighten a 12-year-old. So I guess it depends on really the kid and the parent, to be honest with you. Yeah, most likely they're going to start on Friday, George, because of COVID. Which, by the way, I have no problem with whatsoever. It gives, like I said, it gives me a chance to spend time with my girlfriend on Thursday night, and trust me, she ends up like I go off and do the video, and she's like wants to kill me because I'm not spending time with her. So This time she don't have to kill me, so that's a good thing. A Perfect Murder, just saw it last night with my wife and we loved it. Really great movie, Eli. Love that movie, really good. What do you think of the coronavirus? Keith, to be honest with you, man, the coronavirus is see, for me the coronavirus has really just killed everything for everybody. And I get it. People want to be safe, and I don't want to get sick, and I don't want anybody else getting sick. Especially my mother, my girlfriend, my close friends. I don't want anybody getting sick. Uh, at the same time, I'm not gonna lie. I would like for this to be resolved sooner rather than later, man, because I think everybody is just worn down by the coronavirus. Everybody is worn down by it, man. Like big time. People are worn down. So I mean, it's gonna be with us for a long while. How much longer, I don't know, but I think we all just gotta learn to live with it for the time being. This is what I think, man. What is your opinion about Michael Douglas in The American President? I think it was quite memorable. I don't remember it. I really do like American President. I think American President is actually pretty good, man. I think that was a fun one. Um, American President, it's kind of interesting because it's a great love story. Michael Douglas and Annette Bening, really great. I think Michael J. Fox is really good. And in fact, if you really think about Michael J. Fox in that movie, it actually it was actually a role that kind of felt like it was a precursor to what he would do eventually on Spin City. So it's kind of interesting. You look at that and you look at Spin City, and it's kind of almost the same role but slightly different. Uh, it's not a bad movie, honestly. Not something that many people talk about, though. Oh yeah, that steelbook is way out of print. Rodolfo. That's way out of print. I don't know how much it is, to be honest with you, because there's so many editions of Texas Chainsaw Massacre out there that I don't think that that's exactly like a lot of money. But maybe it is though. I hadn't really thought about that because there could be certain DVD editions of Texas Chainsaw that are still very much actual like goes for big money. But what do you think about that? Primary Colors is great. I love Primary Colors, man. Primary Colors is the shit, man. Primary Colors is absolutely amazing. I love Primary Colors so much. That's great. And I think John Travolta is really good in it. Gaining the way it kind of has the cadence of Bill Clinton. I think that's a brilliant movie, and I love certain movies about politics, and that's one of the movies that I really love, man. Whoa, are you serious, George? Really? Wow, man. From 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. So you literally so wait a minute. So like at 8 p.m. they literally will like what, like arrest you? Or so you can't be out. Like stores are closed, everything is closed. You have to go home. And you can't leave your house until 5 a.m.? Wow. That's nuts, man. I mean, we don't have that here. Thank God. I mean, I don't, I mean, not that I'm going anywhere anyways, but that's kind of extreme. Wow. Keith, I do believe that there's something after this. I don't really know what it is exactly, but there has to be, right? Can only assume. Wow. Wow, stage, yeah, shit. I didn't know that you guys were that bad. Stage 4 lockdown. Oh my god. I mean, wow, that's nuts. Dude, that's crazy, man. Stage 4 lockdown. I guess it pays to be a movie lover or a TV lover, man. I mean, shit, you're staying in a long ass time. You might as well watch something. No, Rodolfo, I don't think that's weird. Hey, you do you, man. However you collect, how long you've been collecting for, whatever you have, never be ashamed of that. No, it's fine. Eli, please stay safe. Eli, you and your wife, please by all means stay safe. I want as much as, sometimes we all kind of, have our little discussions and everything. At the end of the day, I want you guys to be safe. Please, by all means, please be safe. All right, guys. In a few minutes, I'm going to cut this live stream short. I'm happy this live stream actually survived and actually we didn't get cut off by my crappy internet. Thank God, yet again. I really appreciate it. So, any final questions that you guys got, bring them in because in the next few minutes, I'm gonna call it quits because I'm gonna wrap things up. Maybe watch a movie tonight and you know, chill out, have some ice cream, and then get my ass to bed. So, uh, Eli, to be honest with you, I thought about reacting to movie trailers, and me and my friend John were talking about it, and he said to me, he said, "Well, yeah, but we're not like those other people." And I agree with him because the problem with reacting to a movie trailer is you can't, because what I do when I look at movie trailers is I kind of just watch it like this. And I just kind of soak it up and take it all in. But when you're doing a reaction on YouTube, you need to be very like any little thing you got to be yeah, like you have to have so many range of emotions and reactions, and it just kind of is like kind of ridiculous. Like come on, man. So I just realized that movie trailer reactions are definitely not for me, man. So yeah, I sort of skip on that stuff. I don't know how much it is, Rodolfo, for the Sherlock 2 Steelbook, but I do know they are putting out a 4K edition of Sherlock 1 and 2 from Robert Downey. So I'm assuming those might not be so much worth money. I'm just taking a wild guess on that one. I like just talking to you guys about the trailer and saying, "Hey, I watched the trailer and enjoyed it, and these are my thoughts." To come out and do a trailer reaction for something, it it never really made sense to me. Guess it would get more views, but never really interested me though. Keith, thank you so much. coffee ice cream. It's always good. And I actually my favorite ice cream is watermelon sherbet. However, I was very disappointed today because I went to Friendly's and they are no longer carrying watermelon sherbet until the springtime. It's it's friggin' summer still, and you can't get watermelon sherbet in really. So yeah, but outside of watermelon sherbet, my second favorite is definitely coffee ice cream. So. The Thing Blu-ray. Well, actually, the Thing Blu-ray is not worth a ton of money because Arrow put out an edition, and so did Scream Factory. And plus, the regular Thing Blu-rays and DVDs are always around anyway. So I don't know about that price over duffel. I have heard about all six Resident Evil movies coming to 4K, and I could honestly care less. I really, outside of that first movie, yeah, no, no. Griff, thank you, sir, for sticking around for the live stream, man. I apologize about the really bad, first problem with the internet and everything. That was such a clusterfuck, man. Thank you so much for sticking around, though. I appreciate it, man. Juan, thank you. Sorry, man, but hey, man, I'm glad you got to watch at least a little bit of it. Um. Zach, am I comfortable with the rate of the channel's growth? I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I never thought in a million years that the channel was ever going to get even 1,000 subscribers, let alone 2,000 subscribers. I know that's small potatoes on YouTube. Cool Duder has like 87,000, 88,000. I think like Wet Movie 1 is somewhere in the 50-ish thousand range or something to that degree. Uh, I know there's a lot of physical media people who are much higher than I am. Look, look, I know that you know that I make long videos, and I know that it's not for everybody, and I know that Cool Duder and Wet Movie 1 have been around for years and years and years. And people trust them. And they look at somebody like me that's newer and they are like, well, we don't trust you or we don't like you because you're this and you're that and you're copying this person, you're copying that person. And I've got so much hate from people. I would love to have more subscribers. I would love to have tons of people come on the channel and support the channel. But I also kind of like my little niche in the world. And I kind of like having this little sort of almost like a bubble of just like, you know, the cool little FilmFanNation, the cool stuff that you guys support. And I'm happy with that. So to me, am I happy with the channel's growth? Overall, I would say yes. I am. Oh well, I didn't know about that, Thomas. That's yeesh. I don't know about that one. Thank you, George. I appreciate it, man. Look, I have a lot of love for Cool Duder and Movie One. I absolutely do. They are pioneers in doing this, and I will never once ever not credit them for that and doing that. You know, they've done wonderful and continue to. And if I can get even a fraction of the kind of love and support that they get, then I feel like somehow I'm doing my job in some weird way, man. So no, I appreciate them. For what it's worth. I honestly do. I don't think they give two craps about me, to be honest with you. I think that they don't pay any mind to me at all. I'm kind of like a fly that they can kind of, flick flick off, but you know, what is best between Wet Movie 1 and Cool Duder? I don't know who's best. I know they both have their own thing and they do it and they're both really good at it. So there's no really right or wrong answer, who's the best and who's not though. Oh, okay, Zach. I mean, I think the problem that I have with some of the Cool Duder and Wet Movie 1 stuff, especially when it comes to like the out and about videos, everything, is that they don't really care about going out to these stores and really talking about these releases. They just go to a couple places, show off some random stuff and say here's the price and move on. Now I could have done that as well. I could have. But I thought to engage with you guys a little bit more and to engage in a discussion with you guys, talk about the movies, give you my opinions, give you some cool fun facts and some interesting tidbits about stuff and generally take you on a journey and an adventure. Uh, I've kind of lost that adventure aspect in a lot of ways with those guys, but they've been doing it long enough that if they want to coast, they're more than welcome to coast, man. They more than deserve it. Put it that way. I do watch Cinemassacre. I loved the old school, the the 31 days of horror that he did, which was fantastic. He doesn't really do that anymore. He does like little specials here and there, but the Cinemassacre channel I did really enjoy. I don't really know about their life or anything, Zach. I mean, Wet Movie One and Cool Duder, they're very open about their lives, especially Wet Movie One. I'm a much more private guy. I try to keep my private life somewhat separate to a certain degree because I just don't really feel the need to put it out there as much as those guys. But if they're willing to do it, then God bless them, man. I always knows how you do a movie for a good 3 minutes. And you know, you subscribe to Danny. I am not subscribed to Cinestalker. I do know Danny's videos. I do watch some of Danny's videos, but I am not subscribed to him. Like I think a lot of like Wet Movie One's crew or Cool Duder's crew, again, they pay no mind to me. I don't think they know a single thing about me or they don't know a single thing about the channel. I I would be surprised if they even knew my name, to be honest with you. Um so yeah, those guys are really cool. They do their own thing, but yeah, I'm sort of small potatoes to them and I don't think that they really notice me at all, to be honest with you. Uh Zach, number one, dude. Uh First of all, it'd be nice if he actually got the name of the channel right. I mean, does it's not that hard to figure it out. Uh, Secondly, what does he care if I copy thumbnails? In fact, I'm not even copying his thumbnails. Like I don't think that. And by the way, you guys see me on these live streams, you see me on the videos. I'm not that guy. I'm not a creepy dude. I have a normal life. I work 40 plus hours a week. I have a full-time job, something that Cool Duder doesn't have. I have a girlfriend, something that Cool Duder doesn't have. I have my own place, something that Cool Duder doesn't have. And you know, I help take care of my mother, and I have a lot of other priorities and a lot of things that I do. So, you know, if Cool Duder wants to say stuff about me, how about you actually get to know me first before you hate on me? But whatever. Anyways, guys, I am going to get going here. I honestly am. Um, I have not seen Moonshine Mountain. The Last Days of Disco is a very good movie. Guys, thank you so much for a really, really great live stream. Well, actually, the second live stream, guys, because the first one, yeah, you get it. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And guys, honestly, I will see you next time. I really honestly will. Hopefully, next time won't be a huge clusterfuck. Fingers crossed, guys. Thank you so much for the great support that you give me, the great love, watching the videos, subscribing, commenting. I really honestly appreciate it. You guys are beyond wonderful, beyond awesome. And I say it all the time, but I really do mean it. You guys are some of the best subscribers out there, and I wouldn't be where I am if not for you guys. So I really honestly do appreciate it in a big bad way. I honestly do, man. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys back next time for a brand new live stream. Hopefully, not fucked up by internet. Here's to hoping. Take care, everybody.